Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Hey everybody, I'm Chris Pirillo, and this is your Geek Out for today. The Geek Out is once again brought to you by GoToAssist from Citrix. You can take control of your IT world from one simple cloud-based platform. And with GoToAssist, you can keep all of your systems up and running while keeping all of your users supported. Provide live or unattended IT support from anywhere, even from your iPad. And for a free 30-day trial, visit GoToAssist.com, click the Try It Free button, and use the promo code Pirillo. Have you looked into Loot Crate yet? It's kind of like a monthly gift box specifically for geeks, and we're giving away a 6-month subscription every week to one of you if you share all of the articles we've posted to LockerGnome.com, and we've usually put them in the video description on YouTube at least. You know, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the links below. Even nice, convenient click to tweets and everything. So check it out if you haven't already, and I bet you anything you'll love it. Speaking of love, our top user today is Guy Gadboy, but I'm actually going to give it to Robert Wildman, if only because he has shared the most amount of stories from this app to his connected social networks, and he's nice and even across the board with all his points. So congratulations, you two. We appreciate you participating with the new application, and if you haven't downloaded it, it's available for Android and iOS. And the links for where you can click to download are in this video's description. Shock. We posted a few interesting and fun things to LockerGnome.com today, including how to win 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon with Google. Yeah, you can say how many degrees of Kevin Bacon is such and such, and Google will tell you in its results. It's really wacky. Not bacon. Kevin Bacon. Apparently everybody's somehow connected one way, shape, or form. We also have posted a tutorial on how to be good at video editing. And an article on men and women, wondering if they really do have opposite views of the world, even inside of the tech space. Another neat little article that is very visual. Some Star Trek items that you can pick up on Etsy right now, including, look at this, it's a Spock ear iPhone case. A little bizarre, but fun. Then we've got, it looks like, the Inner Light Resican flute. I don't even know. Oh, actually, I do remember that one. That was the one where Picard got sucked in to something, and then he lived an entire lifetime in, like, another dimension. What else do we have? Oh, a script art print from Star Trek. Deep Space Nine clock. Ooh, that one's fun. So for all you Star Trek geeks, you will enjoy that as well. 2 articles that I kind of wanted to dive into today in terms of today's Geek Out. One, the iPod Nano, suggesting it's definitely not a wristwatch. I was disappointed with the new iPod Nano, and I think many people were. We thought that, well, many of us thought that they would continue down the path of the previous generation iPod Nano and make it more like a super wristwatch that's connected to all your other devices, especially iOS devices. But Apple seemingly regressed, much like the screen behind me regressed. Yeah, believe it or not, I was disappointed with something Apple did. Another shock. Got another post about technology predictions for 2013. Our author had suggested 4G improvements, and I certainly hope that's coming down the pike. More robots, bandwidth improvements, privacy concerns getting addressed, tablet computers versus traditional computers, the gap will widen, and 3D. My big technology prediction is we are going to see more gadgets launch in a crowdsourced capacity in 2013. 2013 is going to be the year for crowdsourcing. Watch it happen, man. If I had a way to figure out how to crowdsource or at least crowdfund like the LockerGnome universe, I'd totally do it. And there may be a possibility that'll happen. Crowd anything is the future. Trust me. Let's watch it happen. And I'll get back to you in 2014. Elsewhere around the web, Twitter surrenders Occupy protesters' tweets. You really got to be careful, and we've talked about this before. What you share online is, well, it could potentially be picked up by someone you would rather not have seen the stuff that you were sharing online. So if you don't want people to find out you're doing something, don't do it. Or at least if you do it, don't do it online. Because you can't really avoid that. That you put it out there, it could be taken and done with whatever the service provider wants to do with it. Microsoft employees getting free Surface tablets, new work PCs, and Windows Phone 8. Cool! That's really, really smart. Get your workforce using your products. I mean, you gotta eat your own dog food. If you're not using your own products, I mean, how do you ever expect they're going to improve? I don't know if Microsoft's enforcing this, not to say that they should or would, but, okay. I've seen a lot of Windows Phone 8 devices, out there, ready to be unveiled to the world. I've seen Windows phones, certainly, and our very own Candace has, written about, feeling like a Windows Phone pariah. I would say 90% of the time I've seen a Windows Phone in public, like being used, it is from a Microsoft employee or someone who is connected to a Microsoft employee. 90% of the time. There is a 10%. I'd like to see that change. And I really do believe that when Windows 8 ships outright, we are going to see a lot more Windows phones because the two will go hand in hand. I really do believe that. In a year, I would hope to see way more Windows phones in the universe than iPhones or Android devices or any other device. It's good to have that kind of competition, and Microsoft's getting its story together. I'm glad they're starting from the top down. Twitter hires elite Apple hacker Charlie Miller to beef up its security team. Well, more security couldn't be a bad thing. IPv4 almost gone, in Europe anyway. Well, the world's moving to IPv6, so it's just a matter of time before you're no longer able to memorize your IP address. You might be able to memorize your IPv6 address, but it's going to take a lot more effort. Certainly a lot more effort than it takes to remember a phone number. I know this is sad. I know my phone number. I don't know Diana's. I've tried to memorize it. I just can't. It's easier to just pull her up in my address book and go tap. If you asked me what it was, I couldn't tell you. If I had a gun to my head, I really, it would be scary because I would get shot because I couldn't remember her number. Tap. That's all we got to do. Who needs to remember anything anymore? We have Google. Of course, her number's not on Google. Thank goodness. Soulman247 from LockerGnome.net writes, what is the best camera for recording a TV show by myself? Whatever camera you have on you, dude. It's not really about the camera. I mean, it's good to have a good camera as well as a good audio feed, but it's more about the content. If what you're doing in front of the camera sucks, I don't care if you have the most expensive camera in the world. It's still going to suck. DJ Scooby Doo from LockerGnome.net writes, what's the point of the rating system on Google Music and iTunes? I don't know, but when you figure it out, get back to me. Before you go, we need your advice. It's kind of important. We're going to be building out the LockerGnome YouTube channel as well as LockerGnome.com, and we're going to be adding different personalities into the mix. It won't just be me anymore. I know, you guys like me, that's cool, but there are a lot of other geeks who could use... Wicked, I told you! It's not gonna work! That dog, I swear. I've told you, it's not gonna happen! Don't vote for Wicket. Go.tagjag.com/survey is just for humans! If you love our community, and hopefully you do, you want to see us grow and expand and add more geeks to it. Not just from the audience, but on screen as well. So this simple survey has a handful of categories that I listed out last night, asking you what is your level of interest for each one. Not at all, maybe, I don't care, cool, or absolutely. Obviously, absolutely be, yes, you want to see more of that stuff, not at all. Well, you just don't want to see it. So right now I've got listed Google and Android, Microsoft Windows 8, Apple and iOS, hardware and gadgets, science or astronomy, gaming and leisure, breaking and daily news, comics and entertainment, sci-fi and fantasy, internet, social media, tech talk Q&A, inspiration and interviews, unboxing and first looks, live interactive shows, education tutorials, collectibles, Lego, car tech and reviews, DIY and hacks, geek culture, or more geek vlogs. And here's the thing. You can vote however you want. Vote with your heart, really. We need your advice. We're going after the geek umbrella, okay? It's not just about tech. Tech is just it's like a mouse fart in the greater geek umbrella. There's so much we could do and share with great personalities. People I like, people you will absolutely like. That's kind of the idea. So you, again, control our future. We're going to be paying very close attention to what you say in this survey. And you are voting just by putting your little, I guess, you're not really putting anything in there. You just put a little black speck in the middle of the radio button. It's not, that's what they call it, the radio buttons. It's not a radio thing. We're not getting into radio, at least not yet. This will mostly be for YouTube and for content on LockerGnome.com. You are defining our direction. We appreciate everything that you do for us, including giving us this kind of feedback. It's easy to do, takes less than a minute, and you already know what you like. Okay? So we're going to do our best to give you more of what you want. I think that's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win proposition. So go ahead and put a check, or I guess dot, for each particular of those categories. Each particular of those categories? How about you vote for me like speaking something that sounds like English? No matter. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your shares, your participation with the new Locker Gnome app for iOS and Android. And of course, thanks for watching. We'll see you later.